Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Norlaila Md Din. I'm from UiTM Pulang. I'm teaching publish account. And then as for today, I would like to show you all how beautiful of our publish account. As we know that many keep on comments that publish account actually one of the subjects is very difficult because it's very wide, very deep and long and many items involved. I'll show you the magic. Yeah. So here, the first thing actually to prepare the publish account, those who are actually sit for the paper of financial reporting standard, is to have the format. The first one, I'll show you what we have here is intangible. Yeah? So what is intangible asset? This is an asset that actually company have in order to run the company. So in order to have in the company. So this intangible asset that you should know actually belong to the one of the report that need to be prepared by the accountant name asset statement of financial position. So we make sure, so we just make some assumption this our part of our financial position item. And then next you think is just choose whatever you have in my tools is for the year ended. Yeah, here is what is the meaning of for the year ended. For the year ended means whatever item that you generate accumulative from first beginning of the opening accounting year until end of the accounting year. So here it must go to the two report actually involved here. We have statement of financial statement of profit or loss and statement of changes in equity. Yeah, so just assume that your report should be prepared here. Yeah. So next we have non-current liability. So this is non-current liability that you need to have in order to expand your company. So issue goes to the statement of financial position. Just put it here as one of the report. And next you have balance asset. Here the balance asset actually is to show that the item that you have in the reports about whatever you have at the end of the year. So actually you are showing what is the item that you have beginning and the end of the year. That should be recorded in the report. Yeah. So he assumed this is supposed to be one of the item that needs especially for your property plant equipment. So put it here as a notes. Yeah. And then next you have profit after tax. So what is profit after tax? Yeah? So here profit after tax is to show the performance of the company for the year. So it goes to the one of the report called statement of profit or loss. So just put it here. Yeah? And then next you have asset. So what is asset? Asset means whatever you have item in your account for this date. So actually it goes for the statement of financial position. So put it here. Yeah? Okay, next we go equity. Equity is item that showing where your financial position or your asset is financed by. Yeah? The equity is, for example, consists of ordinary share and reserve. Yeah? And then it goes next, current liability. Yeah? So this is liability that you made or an obligation should be paid within 1 year or less than 1 year. So take it as your liability for the year. Yeah, in the financial position. And then you have reserve. Reserve must be attached with your equity, part of your equity item. Yeah. And then we have some more here. We have item or the title or statement of profit or loss account. Yeah. So here is to show that how the company perform with your operating activity, whether you get your profit or loss for the year. So this is one of the report title that you have to prepare for your publish account. Share capital. Yeah, is your equity item. Should be put in your equity item. Then statement of financial position. Another report to be recorded in your report. Yeah. So here you have 3 report actually. So non-current asset. What is non-current asset? Whatever asset must be or consumed by the company which is more than 1 year. Can generate income for the company. Yeah? So put it up here because of the materiality concept. And then property and plant equipment definitely is important value or important item in the company. So it must go to first item in your financial position. And then we have current asset. So the current asset is another asset in the company that is very liquidate that you can convert becoming cash within 1 year. Yeah? So the current asset is part of your financial position item. Yeah, selling and distribution expenses. What are they? Selling distribution expenses actually selling costs or this cost incurred in order to sell your products. So here goes to the expenses incurred for the year in the profit or loss account. Here we have investment. Let's say you have extra cash and you want to do investment, so that's investment actually part of your assets. And then next we have administrative expenses. All these company must be administered properly. All the costs incurred, for example, directors' fees, directors' emoluments, wages and salary, depreciation of the assets in the office equipment for administrative purposes, put it under administrative expenses. And then later on we have item here, we have for the year ended. For the year ended, actually again it's another item or another dates supposedly prepared for the statement of changes in equity. One of the report that must be prepared by the accountant at the end of the year. Gross profit. And this is the main profit actually should be recorded in the company to show that how much the gross profit after recording all the sales and costs of the incurred for the year, beginning of the year until end of the year. And we have statement of changes in equity. What are they? Statement of changes in equity to show that the user that what happened to your equity, your ordinary share, your share capital, your reserve from the beginning of the year until end of the year. So we put it as another report prepared for the user. Balance asset. This is at the end of the this beginning of the year to show that your statement of changes must be shown that what happened to the beginning of the year until end of the year. Here, another investment income. What is investment income? Once you have extra cash to do invest, you get investment income, right? You purchase share, you will get dividend income. You purchase debenture, you get interest income. So that's actually part of your income that should be included in your profit or loss account. Profit, put it here. And then some more you have profit from operations. Profit from operation actually how much the company earn from the daily operations, from the sales, from the other expenses, and then we call it profit from operation. It must go here. After all the selling and distribution and administrative expenses incurred. And then we have taxation. Every end of the year company have to pay tax to the inland revenue. That's also your profit or loss item because it's going to be considered as part of your expenses incurred per year. And then we have other comprehensive income. Here actually it's about income that company earn not because from the operating activity, but it's also from other asset that you have in the company. For example, appreciation of your asset. We call it other comprehensive income. For example, surplus of revaluation reserve, where your asset actually appreciate throughout the year. And then we have profit after tax here. So profit after tax here actually is already there in the profit or loss account. But we have to. Why? Because actually you have to transfer profit after tax to the statement of changes in equity, where your equity, part of it actually your profit or loss, which increased from last year to the included current year. So it's going to be part of your statement of changes in equity item as well. And you have profit before tax. Definitely goes to item before your taxation in order to prepare your profit or loss account. And then next we have finance costs. Just now we show that the company actually do borrowing if the company don't have enough fund to purchase or to prepare the asset in order to run the business. So due to the non-current liability activity, the company have to pay the finance. So that's part of your for example, interest will be your expense incurred. So put it under below the profit from operations. So here done. So this is actually the report that very vital of the accountant to prepare every end of the year. We have your statement of financial position, you have statement of profit or loss account, and here you have statement of changes in equity, and also your notes for the PPE. Alright. So this is actually the format that you should do first and you should know in order to prepare the report every end of the year for the company. Alright. So thank you. That's enough for the time being. See you again. Assalamualaikum.
pergi, bayang-bayangmu mengejar, bersembunyi di manapun, selalu engkau temukan.
Okay, so additional
Aku merasa letih dan sendiri.
Okay, so Tafias, additional ni saya buat dua tau.
Tanya pada siapa, tak ada yang menjawab. Sebab semua peristiwa hanya di rongga dada. Pergulatan yang panjang dalam kesunyian. Aku mencari jawaban di laut. Ku seret langkah menyusuri pantai. Aku merasa mendengar suara menutupi jalan, menghentikan petualangan.
Okay, I think the game is pretty good. It helps me to study. It helped me to study financial accounting. I have trouble studying about the format. To remember the format, it's kind of hard. But when I do this game, people discuss about it. It helps me It helps me to grasp the format, and it makes me remember it easier.
From this activity, I can easily understand all the format from the question. So in the real exam, I could easily write out the format first, and I will get extra mark. And I would like to have this activity again and again. Yeah.
Okay, so we all know that cash flow is a little bit difficult and publishing is also difficult. So I find this game to be something that is really, really interesting, and it gives us a visual and not just something that we write on the paper, because a lot of people don't really understand that one. So it gives us a visual, something we can touch, and as we all know, hands-on education is a lot better and we can understand better. And we can impart it in the examination, because the understanding of it, instead of just memorizing what's on the paper, we can have it, arrange it, and then we can truly impart it on the paper with an understanding, so that we can apply it not only in the exam, but also after when we want to work or something like that. That's all.